Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you are so very welcome. I'm Jane, my husband Mike is behind the camera. We're British, early retirees, debt and mortgage free and living a thrifty, frugal and money saving life on a super tight budget here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Wednesday we open our home and we invite you in for a mid-week money chat. Let's take a look at this week's topic. We're in our 14th year of commitment to frugality. We've made saving for the things that we need or want a priority over just spending without thinking about it. So what is it that we do that makes us stay the course? And in general, what is it that makes frugal people who stick to frugality stay the course? And how do we spend considerably less than we earn? And more importantly, how do we sustain this? How do we do this week after month after year after year? So let's take a look at this. 7 secrets to lasting frugal success. Let's get on with the first secret to frugal lasting success or lasting frugal success. It's us. It's Mike and I, or it's you. It's you or I or any of us understanding we are our own decision makers. We are in charge of ourselves. Our peers and the peer groups around us and colleagues, they are not making our decisions. It's the old analogy, isn't it? They are not paying our bills. They are not living in my house. I really don't care if anyone who knows me or who watches this channel likes the way I live, likes my decor or my house. It doesn't affect me. Their opinion doesn't affect me. It's my house. It's my life. I choose what I eat, what we wear. And so there it is. The biggest part of frugal success and that lasting success is us. And us or you or all of us making our own decisions, believing in them and being okay with them. The next part of lasting frugal success is that we understand we have future needs and we have future wants. And let me explain that. People who are not frugal, who are not cautious with their spending, who are not saving, think just of the here and now. I want it and I want it now. They don't think of the consequences of what that has for their future. So we're very much the type of people who have a 10-year plan for our property. We've already planned for the fact that in 10 years' time, it's going to be extremely manageable, or we won't be living here. And it's something we're thinking consciously of for the future. We're consciously thinking of the type of property that we might need or want in the future to save us money. And who knows, these future technologies may not even exist yet of what would keep us warmer at a lower cost. So we planned our future. We planned what we've got now in the past. We planned to be debt-free. We planned to be mortgage-free. We planned to pay into our pension scheme. We planned to retire to France. So we did all of those things because we were thinking all the time about our future needs. And it's very much something that people who are frugal and make it work do. They plan for the future. It doesn't mean to say that they don't live at all for the here and now. Of course we do. But in the main, we are financially planning for our future. So what do I mean by going against the grain? The grain, the normal is you buy the house that stretches your budget. You buy the best house that you can possibly afford, the best car you can possibly afford. You buy the best clothes you can possibly afford. You live life to the max. That, these days, is absolutely normal. But where those of us who have continued frugal success is we absolutely go against the grain. I don't want a house like everybody else. I don't want a house on a road on an estate that's all pretty and neat and tidy. I don't want that. I've never wanted that. I don't want to eat in restaurants where everybody else is going and eating all the same food. I don't want to go and see the same movie as everybody else when it comes out because it's all new. I don't want to go to the chain stores and buy the clothes that everyone else. I don't want that. I've never wanted that. And consequently, since we've eliminated debt in our lifetime, I've never wanted it since. I've never borrowed a single penny since. It's not that we've just not wanted to do that. We've gone against the grain. And we have been living like this for so long now, where we look out for everything that's reduced. We look out for the food that's on offer, the food with the reduced stickers on it. We know all the places to go to get it as affordably and as cheaply as possible. So we've been living like there's a cost of living crisis for years on end. So when a cost of living crisis came along, we couldn't really tell the difference. We just carried on as normal. So we are quite happy. Personally, we feel that we've made a success of it. Maybe you as a frugal person have made a success of this too, but we go against the grain. Something that we have always done, even before we really grasped and got frugality as an everyday lifestyle, is that we've always had and kept a low expense home. Here's one example. We have only ever bought houses when we were working that had access to public transport, that were on a bus route, that were near a railway station, that we could get to work or we could walk to work. We wouldn't even think of buying a house where there wasn't public transport. And because of that, in all the 27 years that we've been together, we've either had one car or no car. Whenever we bought a house, we've always bought a house that people would have probably not really wanted. But we've always seen the potential in it. And then what we've done to that house is we have renovated it very, very plainly, very, very simply. And our trademark is always, we just paint every wall and ceiling white. It's the cheapest, best paint, and it's what we always do. But if we do something to the house, it is to make it cheaper to live in. We've always installed double glazing. We've either installed insulation or added to the insulation. And because of that, we've not done, in houses previous to this one, we've not done the cosmetic stuff. We've not upgraded the bathroom. So if we've moved in and there's blue 1980s tile and they're all right, they're staying. We've moved in and it was the 1980s MFI kitchen, as in our previous house. It stayed. We kept that good condition. We looked after it. We don't upgrade stuff. We record this on an iPhone. And I went from an iPhone 5 to an iPhone 13. So all of those in between, as long as that previous phone kept going, I didn't upgrade. So anything in our house, unless it absolutely falls apart and you can't repair it anymore, or it's beyond economic repair, we do not upgrade. So we keep a low expense house. We keep our bills low. We've always wrapped up. We've always just put our heating on for a short amount of time. Even now with a wood stove, once our living room gets to the temperature that we like, we don't put any more wood on the fire. It's warm enough. So there we go. One of those things that you can keep frugality going for a long time is when you keep a low expense home. We started having a written budget in 2009. We had a bit of a budget before that, but not what I would call a proper written budget. But we have now, and we have done it ever since. And it is a powerfully motivational tool. It really is. The phrase is it gives you permission to spend. I know exactly how much I've got to spend on fuel for the car, anything I need for the house, anything we need for our property, the land, from the supermarket to clothes I wear. It gives me permission to spend. The other part about budgeting is that it's a living document. It's not something that you write and forget. It's something that we relate to and that we work with. And when I say you've really got to love your budget, and people who make frugality successful and have longevity with it and keep going with it, they do love their budget. They love budgeting, and we love to know how much is in our sinking funds, how much is in our long-term savings, how much we put aside every month for the new car, and when do we start saving for a new car? When we bought the last one. We absolutely love budgeting. It gives us freedom, it's so motivational, and it gives us permission to spend. The next part of making something last for a really long time, isn't it? Making that frugality last for a long time, making it sustainable and keep going, and is the fact that us as frugal people, and I'm sure you as frugal people, you love home cooking. We love home cooking, we really do. Because so much money is wasted by people eating out on a regular basis, or buying takeout on a regular basis, or prepared or made food on a regular basis. And that we know all of the time how much money we can save by home cooking and by entertaining people at home, and they in turn entertain us at their homes. And it just frees up so much of our money. So we love it. We love cooking at home, and I'm sure many frugal people are the same. It just makes your money go so much further. We've made frugality and frugal living our hobby. We really, really love it. We love saving money. Yesterday, we went and spent hours, good 2 hours, in a farmyard with a pile of horse muck, and we shoveled it up and we took away 30 bags of horse muck in the back of our trailer. If we went to the garden centre and bought those bags of manure, well rotted horse muck, we paid €5 a bag. So we saved ourselves €150 by going there. Mike and I were chatting away. We were chatting away to the people who owned the ponies. It was a nice day. They had their farm animals around us, their pigs, their goats, their chickens. We had a great time. And mooching around charity shops. If I go into a charity shop and I pick up myself a pair of jeans for €5, I know instead of buying them new for €20, I've saved myself €15. And I think like that all of the time. When we upcycle, when we buy something and we fix it up, when we make it ourselves, or grow it ourselves, or cook it ourselves, or clean it ourselves, or cut the grass ourselves, or clean the windows ourselves, we are always thinking about the positive side of the money that we've saved, and that we can put that in our sinking funds. So we don't have to worry about the bills that come in annually, that we can put that into our long-term savings. So we know that when our car will need replacing at some time in the future, that the money will be saved to do that. So we very much treat it as a hobby. And when you do that, when you treat money saving and frugal living as a hobby, it's not a chore. I promise you, it's really good fun. As I often say in our videos, I do like to be reflective, and there are obvious incentives that keep us frugal people going. In the main, because you might be frugal to pay off debt, but good luck to you and you will get there, is living without debt. My goodness me, it is so freeing to live without debt. I don't owe anybody a monthly payment on the house I live in. I don't owe anybody a monthly payment in the car that I drive. It is very, very liberating. It does give us all a feeling of security when we have some savings. and we're putting away that money each month. I don't have to worry about my annual water bill or my tax bill for my rubbish, for example, my trash as you would call it. I don't have to worry about these things because each month I'm putting the money away and I'm saving it. But most of all, the biggest obvious incentive is the fact that we're living the life that we choose to live. Thank you so much for getting to this stage of the video, that you're here and you're still watching it, that you've watched it all the way through. We are very, very grateful to you. If you enjoyed the video, go on, make sure that you hit that like button. Thank you to everyone who leaves a comment. Have you been frugal for a very long time? Have you been frugal for a considerable amount of time? How are you making it a success? Thanks to everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.